Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 11th of January 2026. And it is Madhav Masa or Magha Masa, Krishna Paksham and Ashtami Tithi. There are no Vaishnava events in the calendar. So just a bit of early heads up. Our Ekadashi is on the Wednesday, 14th of January. Okay, so apart from that, no events. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni speaking to Vidura, so describing the conversations between Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and Lord Brahma. So Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is speaking to Brahma uh, about to free Brahma from his all illusion. So he has been tired after so much of penance, and then Lord is giving some pacifying him, instructing him, giving some the hopes what is going to not saying that, oh Brahma, I have already arranged for you everything for whatever you have been praying for. Now you situate yourself in the penances again, and then you meditate, taking the transcendental knowledge and my shelter. Then you would see all the planet systems very clearly within your heart itself. Tabhyam Antahridi Brahman Lokan Drakshasi Apavrutan. And then, because I am all pervading, you would always see me, just like a um, the fire is already in the wood. So only just by the tinge of coming to a some kind of fire-prone object like the matchbox or something like other fire, external fire, then it will be you will be able to see the fire and then warmthness and everything else. But it is already there. So likewise, tatatmani loke cha bhaktiyuktah samahitah drashtasi mam tatam brahman mai lokan tvamatmanah. The Lord is giving so many instructions to Brahma, how he can see the Lord. Yada tu sarvabhuteshu darushu agnimavasitam pratichakshita mam loko jahyat tarhi eva kashmalam. So when you situate yourself like that, when you see every living entity not different from me, everyone are situated within me, then you are completely situated. No more contamination of, no more discrimination of the personal identities of the living entities. Though you are engaged in the creation. Prajavisarghe nijasasana. So after saying that, again to give him more assurance to Brahma, saying that, oh Brahma, now you are in the process of creating this universe. And also here, Brahma is the deity for the mode of passion. So within that level, he will be able to create all those planet systems. Though you are engaged in that, you would not be able to contaminate yourself. So that does contamination does not touch you. So likewise, giving some kind of assurance. And now, once you are also freed from all such kind of conceptions like ignorance and passion, then no more on the sensual level, no more on the sensual level. So at that time, in your original form, the spiritual form, you will be able to come back to me, my world, my spiritual world, and enjoy with me all kinds of opulences. Likewise, giving assurance to Brahma. So once the Brahma, he completes all his duties, situate himself in the transcendental position, then he will be able to come back to the spiritual world. Likewise, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu speaking to Brahma. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 9, verse number 33. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यं रुच्यति. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं, यदा, whenever, rahitam atmanam, and one is freed from atman. Rahitam is freed from atmanam, self, oneself. Both indriya gunasayehi, both indriya guna asayehi. Both is all material elements. This is earth, water, fire, air, and then the space, the sky. This is both indriya, all our indriyas, jnanendriyas and karnendriyas. Five, five working senses and then five knowledge acquiring senses. Those are the indriyas. Both are indriya, totally 15 elements coming into both indriya. Guna asayehi and guna asayehi, three material modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, so at the moment, all these things are combined together, covering the living entity. Living entity is a spiritual form, pure spiritual form. It has got one subtle body on top of that material gross body. Okay, two bodies are covered. So both indriya gunasayehi yadarahitam. So whenever one is freed from all kinds such kind of conceptions, no more subtle body, no more material body. Then Surupena, then you would be able to see Surupa, in the pure existence, your original form of the spiritual form. Surupena, Maya Upetam, by me Upetam, approaching, and Pasyan Swarajyam Ruchyati, Pasyan by seeing, Swarajyam, spiritual kingdom, Ruchyati, enjoy. You would come to me and then you will enjoy. So Lord is completely spiritual body, and when we are also at the moment covered by the subtle body and then material body, when those two coverings are completely cleared out, then we will be in the spiritual body. Then we would be able to reciprocate with the Lord in the spiritual world. We will be able to enter into the spiritual world. It's a qualification. One should not have any kind of material conceptions or mental conceptions. यदा रहितमात्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यं रुच्यति. Pashyan Swarajyam Pruchati. It's a very beautiful shloka and very important, because the very word Swarupa, it is used, and Swarajyam is used. Maya Upetam, you are coming nearer to me. Pashyan. Okay, so by seeing all my opulences, and you would enjoy. Okay, it is a hope for all the living entities. Okay. The translation: when you are free from the conception of gross and subtle bodies, when your senses are free from all influences of the modes of material nature, you will realize your pure form in my association. At that time, you will be situated in pure consciousness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Jai Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna, yes, thank you very much. Please accept my humble obeisances. In the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, it is said that a person whose only desire is to render transcendental loving service to the Lord is a free person in any condition of material existence. That service attitude is the Swarupa or real form of the living entity. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also confirms this statement by declaring that the real spiritual form of the living entity is eternal servitorship to the Supreme Lord. The Mayavada school shudders at the thought of a service attitude in the living entity, not knowing that in the transcendental world, the service of the Lord is based on transcendental love. Transcendental loving service is never to be compared to the forced service of the material world. In the material world, even if one is under the conception that he is no one's servant, he is still the servant of his senses, under the dictation of the material modes. Factually, no one is master here in the material world, and therefore the servants of the senses have a very bad experience of servitude. They shudder at the thought of service because they have no knowledge of the transcendental position. In transcendental loving service, the servitor is as free as the Lord. The Lord is Swarat or fully independent, and the servant is also fully independent, Swarat. In the spiritual atmosphere, because there is no forced service. There, the transcendental loving service is due to spontaneous love. A reflected glimpse of such service is experienced in the service of the mother unto the son, the friend's service unto the friend, or the wife's service unto the husband. These reflections of service by friends, parents, or wives are not forced, but are due only to love. Here in this material world, however, the loving service is only a reflection. The real service or service in Swarupa is present in the transcendental world in association with the Lord. The very same service in transcendental love can be practiced in devotion here. This verse is also applicable to the Gnani school. The enlightened Gnani, when free from all material contaminations, namely the gross and subtle bodies, together with the senses of the material modes of nature, is placed in the Supreme and is thus liberated from material bondage. The Gnanis and the devotees are actually in agreement up to the point of liberation from material contamination. But whereas the Gnanis remain pacified on the platform of simple understanding, the devotees develop further spiritual advancement in loving service. The devotees develop a spiritual individuality in their spontaneous service attitude, which is enhanced on and on up to the point of Madhurya Rasa, or transcendental loving service reciprocated between the lover and the beloved. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. And so here in this purport, so in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is said that a person whose only desire is to render transcendental loving service to the Lord is a free person in any condition of material existence. Okay, that is the Majjanma Palamidham Madhukaita Bhare Mat Prardhaniya Etad Anugraha Yesha Eva Tad Bhrutya Bhrutya Paritaraka Bhrutya Bhrutya Bhrutyasi Itimam Smaralokanada. So this is Kulashekar. One has to be servant of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Majjanma Palamidam Phalam is the fruit or the perfection of human life. Etavajjanma Sapaljam Deheshu Iha Dehinam. Okay, so here that is then he'll become a free person in any condition of life. He's because here Lord is the Swarat, and also because Yata Buddhihi Tadashraya. Yata Buddhihi Tadashraya. Because Lord is independent, a living entity, when he is situated in the loving service to the Lord, then he is also free condition of material existence. But in the spiritual world, he is always Vasanti yatra purushaha sarve vaikuntamurtayaha iya nimitta nimitena dharmena aradayan harim. There in the spiritual world, he always renders service to the Supreme Lord in a loving exchange. But in this material world, he is bound by somewhere or other. But here, when he is situated in the loving service, there he will become a free person in any condition of life. But however, he always renders service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so it is a person whose only desire is to render transcendental loving service to the Lord is a free person in any condition of material existence. That's why generally in the society Varnashrama Dharma, Brahmanas are said to be very intelligent. Why they are not coming to the corporate industries and trying to earn more money and more comforts? Because that will entangle them. When they are situated in the service of the Lord, going to the spiritual master, acquiring the knowledge, learning the Vedas, then they will go to the temple, somewhere other in the priest or somewhere servant in the temple. That is how they are freeing from the material existence. That is the intelligence. If one may be getting the higher marks and I'm a state topper, country topper, I'm that Oxbridge or Oxbridge, Oxford or Cambridge, Oxford plus Cambridge, Oxbridge, something like. Wherever they study, it is a material condition. They will be entangled. But these so-called politicians or the corporates, they will make him to work for their own purpose to increase their profits of their organizations. They give something, but it will entangle him more and more. That is bound. That's why intelligent person, when he is engaged in the transcendental service to the Lord, is a free person in any condition of material existence. That service attitude is the Swarupa, or the real form of the living entity. So this is it is described deham chitam na charmah sitam uttitam va siddho vipasiti yataha adhikama swarupam दैवाद भूपेतुम अतः दैववशाद अपेतम वासो यथा परिकृतम मदिरमदान्तः देहम च तम न चर्मः सितम उत्थितम va. Kapil Bhagavan describes the living entity's position when he comes situated in the real position. Siddho vipasati yataha adhigama swarupam. Then he has got everything, whatever he has got, uh, to be achieved in this material world. That is at the time, Daivad Bhupetam at Daivashad Apetam, completely under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dehopi Daivashagaha Kalu Karmayavat Swarambakam Prasamikshita Eva Sasuhu. Tam sa prapancham adhiruda samadhi yogaha swapnam punarnabhajate pratibuddhavastuhu swapnam. And then his material existence, it is just like a dream. When we dream in the night, when we sleep, we will dream so many things. As soon as we wake up, all those things are vanished. Similarly, the Swarupa, our the real form of the soul, when we are in that transcendental position, then this material body or mental body or mind, intelligence, ego, these are all just like a dream. Oh, I have been doing like that one as soon as I woke up. Okay, so that is simply swapnam punar nabhajate pratibuddha vastuhu. That is swarupa pratibuddha. He has attained his real form. Okay, so here Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also confirms this statement by declaring that the real spiritual form of the living entity is eternal servitor to the Supreme Lord. Okay, that is a service. He is always with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yatra chadhyah pumanaste Bhagavan Shabdha Gocharaha. Bhagavan Shabdha Gocharaha. Sattvam Vishtabhya Virjam. Swanamno Mrudayan Rushaha. Swanamno Mrudayan Rushaha. He gives so much of happiness. When the devotees are rendering service to the Lord, he gives By his glance, he gives so much of happiness to his associates. Swanamno Mrudayan Drushaha. Swanamno, his personal devotees, those who are very dear to the Lord. Swanamno Mrudayan Drushaha. So that is the Lord. He is situated always in the Vaikuntha, which is free from the time influence, Maya, and everything else. Who is the Lord of everything? Okay, that living entity must go to that place, abode of the Lord. Either Goloka, which is topmost abode of the Lord, for where different mellows are existing, and or in the Vaikuntha, where he is always engaging in the eternal servitorship to the Supreme Lord. And the Mayavada school shudders at the thought of the service attitude in the living entity, and not knowing that in the transcendental world, the service of the Lord is based on transcendental love. So this is again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brings some quotations from the Shiva Purana, where the conversation happens between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Mayavadi sannyasis. So saying that Shankaracharya, he has spread in in this material world the philosophy, the Mayavadi philosophy. This is a Saririka Bhashya. He has given those Vedanta Bhashya is called Saririka Bhashya. Though he is a devotee of the Lord, within the at 8 years of age itself, he is having so much of knowledge, Shankaracharya. Of course, he is the incarnation of Lord Shiva. But later on the instructions of Krishna, and the instruction of Krishna, as it is said in the Shiva Purana, Dvaparado Yuge Bhutvam Kalaya Manushadishu, in the age of Kali, Shankara, in this age of Kali, at the end after Dwapara Yuga, Dwaparado Yuge Bhutva, once the Dwapara Yuga is finished, then Kalu Manush Adishu, in this age of Kali, what you need to do? Kalpitaihi Swagamai, um, give the misinterpretations to the Vedic injunctions. Swagamaihi Kalpitaihi Twamcha, by yourself, you are going to give different meanings. And then Janan Madvimukan Kuru, and shoo away all these people who are influenced with the age of Kali. They will come in different kinds of thoughts and then conceptions to me. Just shoo away. But even if they come, they do not take to my devotional service. And they do not follow my instructions, but they pose themselves that I am a devotee of the Lord. That is how in this age of Kali, people will come. That's why sometimes sannyasis, they take the orange robes or saffron robes, and then they perform so many sinful activities. That is to be that is also condemned in this age of Kali. One should not take. That is not given authority like to take sannyasa. Ashwamedam Ghavalambham Sannyasam Palapaitrukam Devarena Susatpatyam Kalu Pancha Vivarjayet. In this age of Kali, these five activities are condemned. So this is, again it is said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also mentions. But here sannyasi means, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken sannyasa for to show as a model. He never come in contact with any woman at all. One should not come in contact. That is, otherwise the illusion come. But here nowadays, so many people on the name of Krishna consciousness, so many other things, so many spiritual things. So they misuse their position, saffron robes. So one must be very careful about it. And also devotees also who approach any person, it doesn't matter whether he is a sannyasi, whether he is a grihastha, it doesn't matter anyone. One must be very careful about his position, whether he is speaking, whether he is following those things or not. What is his behavior? So this one must be very careful about it. Either we send, whether we go or our children will go, we must be very careful. So here in that philosophy of Shankaracharya, he says that karma tyadhyam Sarva karma parityajyam. All the activities must be completely renounced. Likewise, he spread. And then paratma jivayor aikyam mayatra pratipadhyate. A living entity and also person, they are both the same. Likewise, oh Parvati, I have spread this Mayavada philosophy in this world. Jagatam Nasha Karanat. Jagatam Nasha Karanat. It is not auspicious. It is again Darshya Loka Garhitam. It is condemned. And just by Jnanam, but he says that just by hearing Jnanam Patityam, even though one is completely in the perfect knowledge, if he hears that philosophy, Mayavada philosophy, he will fall down. Patityam. Just Shravana Matra, just by Shravana Matra, just even think little bit, then he may fall down. That's why Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is the associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is insane to hear such kind of philosophy, knowing that. And then he was saying to Mukunda during that time, those past times, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mukunda was going and hearing and sitting with the Mayavadi philosophies and hearing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him. And later on, he just renounced that association of the Mayavadis. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him. Okay, it is insane to just go and hear. Even to let me see what they are going to say and let me hear. And then I can contemplate on my own. What kind of position you have got? You haven't got any austerities and tapasya. You do not have any tapobhala. The strength of you do not have spiritual strength to withstand. Then what happens? You will be fall into the illusion of those talks. So in that thought of the service, they completely shudder at the thought of the service attitude itself. Okay, that is all Maya the philosophy. But though they are engaged in these activities here, somewhere or other. Okay, so the transcendent loving service is never to be compared to the forced service of the material world. In the material world, even if one is under the conception that he is no one's servant, he is still the servant of the senses, under the dictation of the material modes. Our senses are all just like a poisonous snakes. If we do not treat them nicely, then they will bite us. But when we are engaging the senses in the Krushikena Krushikesha Sevanam, Bhaktiruttama, that is the pure devotional service, then the senses will be completely under control. Anichitomi and Anichitomi Gatim Anvayam Prayamte. We do not have to separately control these things. तदा परिचात्म समाधियोग भलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिं बलिष्ठां त्वामेव धीराः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां श्रमः स्यान्न तु सेवयाते. Again, demigods praise to the Lord. When the demigods are also praying for their carrying out their duties for to get the strength from the Lord, they also mention this one. Many people they try to control their senses, but it is not possible. In this material world, everyone are forced by the law of government, something like that. But people they do not take. Still, so many crimes, so many things are happening under the three material modes of nature. It is not that one has to put the condition, okay, if you wanted to become a driver like this, you need to put, these are all individually putting laws and laws and laws for everything there is a law. But Krishna consciousness is singing only one thing, just to become a devotee of Krishna. Then you have got all qualifications. It doesn't matter wherever you go, you have got all qualifications. सर्वैः गुणैः तत्र समासते सुराः यस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवत्य किंचन सर्वैः गुणैः तत्र समासते सुराः. You have got all qualified. You are qualified everything. That is the devotee of Krishna. But if you are not devotee of Krishna, then every individual you need to put all kinds of rules and regulations. Okay, you should not do this, you should not do this, you should not do like that, you need to behave like this, you need to speak only this thing. So many innumerable things. And then, though because it is giving all this laws by the material senses and material laws, material platform, that would not go success. Everything is the parabhava. Parabhavat tavad abhoda jatu. And everyone are taking birth in this world with covering of that covering with the ignorance. Abhoda jatu. Karmatmakamena sarira bandha. Okay, so further, factual, no one is master here in this material world, and therefore the servants of the senses have a very bad experience of the servitude. Again, when we work under in corporates or in hospitals, in whatever way, we are always have to work under someone. Even though sometimes everyone has got, this is my thought, it shouldn't be like doing like this, but still he is asking me to do it, but I have to do it. And that way they will do it. It's kind of bad experiences. And sometimes we also feel in this home because they are not hearing, why should I cook? Why should I listen to them? And my husband always doing all these things. Why should I hear him? So likewise, they also say some it is not all that, but sometimes we feel this is kind of a bad experiences. But when we love, when there is a love, complete love, we do not feel such kind of thoughts at all. So because of those things, the Maya or this, they shudder at the thought of service because they have no knowledge of that transcendental position. So in the transcend loving service, the servitor is as free as the Lord. The Lord is Swarat or fully independent. And the servant is also fully independent. Yada buddhihi tadashraya or Swarat. In the spiritual atmosphere, because there is no forced service, okay, everyone, this is Swanamnam Rodiyan Rushaha. Vaimaniकाः सललनचरितानि शश्वत् गायन्ति यत्र समलक्षपणानि भर्तुः अन्तर्जले अनुविकसत् मधुमाधवीनां गन्धेन खण्डित अनिलम्. So there it is described. Many people they're going in their airplanes along with their concerts glorifying the Supreme Lord and His pastimes. And even though there are so much beautiful flowers giving the fragrant smell, they condemn. Gandhena Kandita. Uh, it's a very beautiful shloka. I just couldn't remember the last line. Gandhena Kandita Anilam Kshipantaha. Something like that. Anilam Kshipantaha. They condemn the fragrance of those flowers because it is disturbing their singing of the glories of the Lord. Okay, that is because when there is a love, there are no restrictions. Complete love towards their spirit, supreme personality of Godhead. And Lord, in reciprocating, Swanamnu Mrudiyan Rushaha, Sattvam Vishtabhya Virijam, Swanamnu Mrudiyan Rushaha. He awakens the happiness within his devotees. Sanjayveti Akilasik Dharha Sudhamna. Dhruv Maharaj says, oh my dear Lord, you Antarhita Hrudi, you Antarhita Hrudi, in my heart, you are awakening Sanjivayati Akila Sekti Dharha Swadamna, awakening my senses, rejuvenating with the empowering with the transcendent love. That atmosphere is existing in the spiritual world. There, the transcendent loving service is due to the atmosphere, spontaneous love. A reflected glimpse of such service is experienced in the service of mother unto the son. This is the only thing mainly we would see, mother unto the son. But that is also, one would have very limited kind of love. We are going to, how many years we would live with the mother and how many years we would feel that love of mother. It is again limited. If the child is getting married and going somewhere else, then he will lose that love also. But just only the phone. Okay. That's why our scriptures also mentions many people they take to the path wherever they have taken birth in the home. They do not leave. Generally, people do not leave from the home. They always stay with the father and mother because that love is always there. And father's great opportunity is always to stay with the son. And also the son, the similar way, the father, son, mother, and then wife and children, they're always living together, a combined family. Then you would see such kind of loves. And also the friend service unto the friend or the wife service unto the husband. These reflections of service by friends, parents, or wives are not forced, but are due only to love. Here in this material world, however, the living service is only a reflection, it is a glimpse, but it is Buddhamulam Adashakam Ashwadham Prahuravyayam. It is a reflected Buddhamulam, but a root is in the spiritual world. Buddham Moolam, the root is in the spiritual world. Love is in the real love in the spiritual world. The real service or service in Swarupa is present in the transcendental world in association with the Lord. The very same service in transcendent love can be practiced in devotion here. So this is what we are doing. So chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following rules and regulations, molding ourselves, all our activities, either it is right or not, whether it is good or not, whether it is pleasing or hard, it doesn't matter. I wanted to stay with the Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda, Radha Krishna, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopina, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Landaneshwar, in whatever the way. That is, that because the very same service in transcendent love, to awaken that transcendent love, we engage ourselves. It doesn't matter whatever comes in our way. Because in due course of time, this body is going to be fall down. It will be decomposed or it will be eaten by the dogs or vultures. It will turn into the stool of a dog. It may be turned into the ashes. It may turn into the insects. Whenever it is buried, that it will turn into the soil or insects. But we would witness this one. I am not this body. When we are actually freed from this material body, then we witness, oh, my body is getting burnt, it is spoiling. But by the time we are situated in transcendental position, this is not me. My dress is just going, but I am this one. Okay, now I am freed. Then he will go back to spiritual world because he is now acquired with the Brahma Sampatti or Brahma Sampatyam. Then he is no more of this material world. He does not belong to this material world. So here, this verse is also applicable to the Jnani school and the enlightened Jnani, when free from all material contaminations, namely the gross and subtle bodies, together with the senses of the material modes of nature, is placed in the Supreme Lord, is thus liberated from material bondage. Okay, so up to this point, and the jnanis and the devotees are actually in agreement up to the point of liberation from the material contamination. So this is the Brahma Bhutaha Prasannatma. When one should be Adveshta Sarabhutanam Maitraha Karuna Evacha. One should be always, should not hate other living entities, always be friendly and compassionate to everyone. Adveshta Sarabhutanam Maitraha Karuna Evacha. मत्कर्म कृत मत परमो मद्भक्तः संगवर्जितः सर्वभूतेषु. So he is always in friendly, in alignment friendly, sarvabhuteshu. Then he will be yasa mamyeti pandava. Such kind of person will come back to me, O Arjuna. So likewise Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Up to that point is Brahma Bhotaha Prasannatma. After that, beyond that one, this is na sochati na kankshati samasarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. Mad bhaktim. On top of that, bhakti will come, the pure devotional service. Until to Brahma Bhutah Prasannatma, we always try to put our steps to practice Vidhi Bhakti, somewhere or other aligning and bringing ourselves, our consciousness to Brahma Bhuta. And then we go further in a pure devotional service. But the jnanis remain pacified on the platform of simple understanding. The devotees develop further spiritual advancement in the loving service. Jnanis stuck up at the Brahma Buddha Prasannatma. But devotees, they go beyond for the pure devotional service. No more material things, but still they engage to please the Lord. Devotees develop a spiritual individuality in their spontaneous service attitude. In that position, न करिचित मत्पराः शान्तरूपे न क्षन्तिनोमि अनिमिषो लेलिहेतिः येषम् अहम् आत्मा प्रिया सुतश्च सका गुरुः सुहृद दैवमिष्टम्. These are different relationships. Such kind of न करिचित मत्पराः. Oh, my dear mother Devhuti. So Nakarishit, such kind of relationship which is established with me, Nakarishit Makparaha Shantarupe Nakshanti Animisho Lady Hetihi, that kind of relationship will never ever be deteriorated. It is eternal. Esha Maham Atma Priya Suta, so Atma Sutasha Saka Guruhu Suhrudo Daiva Mishtam, well wisher, a guru or a friend or a son or a mother. These are different relationships. That is then spontaneous service, it happens, which is enhanced on and on to that point of Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa is the topmost, the center point of the, it is described again in the Brahma Samhita. The beautiful lotus flower, that is that one. Okay, so this is Madhurya Rasa. It is the center point of the mellows when we are in the Lord. So this is the lotus flower. The 11 is the Madhurya Rasa. Next one is the Ashalya, Sakya, and then Dasya, Santarasas, the divisions of the rasas. Okay, so the up to the point of Madhurya Rasa or transcendent loving service reciprocated between the lover and the beloved. So that's why gopis are in the topmost position because they are always engaged in that service. They're always to please Krishna. If we wanted to try to please our senses, then it is Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bali Kama. Krishnendriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prema Nama. We have to please Krishna's senses. Krishnendriya Priti Icha Dhare Prema Nama. So under the devotees were describing this shloka. Atmindriya Priti Vancha. It is sense gratification. Atmindriya Priti Vancha. Tare Bali Kama. That is Kama. And when we render the same service to Krishna, then it will turn into Premanama. Okay, Krishna Indriya Priti Icha Dhare Premanama. Okay, so likewise, Prabhupada is describing here. That is Madhurya Rasa. Transcend loving service reciprocated between the lover and the beloved. Here, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu is speaking to Brahma about the position of a living entity. Such a beautiful, this is the real position. Swarupena mayopetam pasyan swarajyam ruchyati. Again, one has to, it is described there, Vaikuntha's description. One has to go and read the Vaikuntha descriptions again and again. Then that is make that one as our aim. And then further, go Loka Vrindavana description. One must read all those things. When we may read in English and then, okay, we understand it. And then after a few days engaged in material, again we'll forget. When we are going meditating on this shloka, the shlokas does not go away from your heart or from your memory. They will always stay. Because they stay, you will keep remembering them again and again and again and again. In such a way, you're always associating with the spiritual world. That is Chintamani Prakara Sadmushukalparuksha Lakshavruteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Satasambrahma Sevyamanam Govinda Mali Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That all spiritual world, so many goddess of fortunes, they're serving the Lord. Okay, that is the spiritual world. Once we go there, then when we engage in the service to the Lord, there also, which we have practiced here in this material world, there Pasyan Swarajyam Mruchati. There we will enjoy. That is real position. Can I request devotees kindly follow to try to recite this shloka line by line? यदा रहितम् आत्मानं
यदा रहितं
रहितम् आत्मानं
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः
रूपेण मयोपेतम्
स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं
पश्यन् स्वराज्यं रुच्यति.
पश्यन्
पश्यन्
स्वराज्यं विचरति।
स्वराज्यमृच्छति
Again. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं
यदा
यदा रहितम्
रहितम्
आत्मानं
आत्मानं
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशये
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाश्रयैः
स्वरूपेण मयोपेतम्
स्वरूपेण
स्वरूपेण
मयोपेतं
मयोपेतम्
पश्यन् स्वराज्यं रुच्यति.
पश्यन्
पश्यन्
स्वराज्यं विचरति।
स्वराज्यमृच्छति
Okay, once more. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं
यदा
यदा
रहितम्
रहितम्
आत्मानं
आत्मानं
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः
भूतेन्द्रियगुणाश्रयैः
स्वरूपेण मयोपेतम्
स्वरूपेण
स्वरूपेण
मयोपेतम्
मयोपेतं
पश्यन् स्वराज्यं रुच्यति.
पश्यन्
पश्यन्
स्वराज्यं
स्वराज्यं
गच्छति।
विचरति।
Very nice. Okay, can I request devotees kindly recite one by one? Gauringi Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. यदा रहितमात्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयै स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यमृच्छति. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
Yes, Guru Krishna. यदा रहितमात्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः स्वरूपेण रूपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यमुच्यते.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna, thank you. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाशयैः स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यं मृच्छति. Thank you. I think I made a mistake somewhere.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. Asha Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु यदा रहितम् आत्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणाश्रयैः स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यन् स्वराज्यं गच्छति.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Mataji, would you like to do that?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. यदा रहितम् आत्मानं भूतेन्द्रियगुणस्य स्वरूपेण मयोपेतं पश्यं स्वराज्यं रक्षति. Sri Krishna. Please accept my apologies, Prabhuji, if any mistakes.
Very nicely recited, Mataji. Thank you so much. Okay, this is Yada Rahitam Atmanam Bhutendriya Gunasayaihi Swarupena Mayopetam Pasyan Swarajyam Ruchati. Lalita Mataji, would you like to read the translation as well?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. When you are free from the conception of grass and subtle bodies, and when your senses are free from all influences of the modes of material nature, you will realize your pure form in my association. At that time, you will be situated in your consciousness. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Yeah, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada as a daily letter. So today letter to Devi, February 15th, 1971, Gorakhpur. Okay. You can request Lalita Mataji to read this letter.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. My dear daughter Devi Dasi, please accept my blessings. I have received one letter from Sriman Sri Dhama Dasa Adhikari, Sriman Sri Dhama Dasa Adhikari, in which he recommends you for the initiation into our Krishna consciousness movement. I have also received your deeds, but I have not received any letter from you. Thank you very much for the contribution check for $50 to my book funds. This kind of offering of some gift to the spiritual master at the time of initiation is the proper duty of the disciple. This makes the function complete and is required. I am very glad that a sincere soul like you has become attracted with this moment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is your very good fortune. Now please take care of your advancement in Krishna consciousness by following strictly the prescribed methods for reviving your dormant love of Krishna. I am very glad to accept you as my initiated disciples, and your spiritual name is Srimati Devi Dasi. I am returning your deeds duly chanted herewith to you. Please continue to faithfully serve the Lord by Chaitanya, by holy names 16 rounds daily on the days going on Sankirtana, following the regulatory principles and avoiding the 10 offenses, working in cooperation to spread this Sankirtana movement, studying our philosophy carefully and keeping always happy in Krishna consciousness. You can take good advantage of association of devotees and be guided progressively by your elder god brothers and sisters in the matter of executing your Krishna consciousness without difficulty. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami A.C. D.S. Dasi. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from here?
Yeah, Prabhuji. So first right. He received a letter from the Sriman Sri Damadasa Adhikari, in which initiated a person for the Krishna consciousness. In that letter, that's what he has mentioned. So for Krishna consciousness, he received a letter from the person, and so that for that he was so thankful, and also he received a $50 from that devotee for the contribution. So for that he was so happy. So before initiation itself, he was receiving that a gift as a spiritual master for the book fund. Was one thing he was so grateful. He was written, and he was mentioned sincere thanks to that. So and then there was and he was mentioned most thing is you have to follow all regulatory principles in so I have received your deeds, but I has to chant and holy name, and I will return soon. That is one thing. So after initiation, it seems like you have to be use that for chanting 16 rounds and following the regulatory principles and offensive, and always be closely associated with the Krishna conscious team. That is what he has mentioned. So you should be always be happy with your elderly brothers and sisters. So completely was mentioning like how you have to be once you are in Krishna consciousness. So do's and don'ts, that is clearly has mentioned Prabhuji. And that is what I understood from this letter. Yeah, so you have to be like same for 16 rounds of chanting holy name and then Sankirtana, following regulative principles, avoiding 10 offenses. What is 10 offenses? I don't know, Prabhuji. Working with, so to work towards that the Krishna consciousness, that is, he has mentioned. And studying scriptures, study our philosophy, careful and keeping always happy in Krishna conscious. You can take advantage of the association of devotees and be guided progressively by your elderly brothers and sisters. So, Prabhuji, yeah, that is what he has. These are the very important things, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very nice. Would you all tell
And
me,
what is the 10 offensive things? Prabhuji? Okay.
would you like to read Mataji, please?
Yeah. To blossom the devotee who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. To consider names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Brad Brahma to be equal or to or independent the name of the Lord Vishnu. To consider the okay did to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. The blossom the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination, to give some interpretation on holy name of the Lord, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious, realistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name, to not have complete faith in the chanting of holy name, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Prabhuji. Can you please share this link, Prabhuji? Thank you.
Yes, Mataji?
In the group chat, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, sure, Mataji. I will send that one. I have sent Vaishnava etiquette. This
Okay.
is 83 page of Vaishnava etiquette. I have sent to you, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any reflections, Mataji, now?
Yeah, understood, Prabhuji. So you have to follow all regulatory principles. Not only is taking initiative, so understood, Prabhuji. So you have to be very regulatory principles we have to follow and then avoid 10 offenses. Yeah, understood, Prabhuji. Working in cooperation with the Krishna conscious movement, studying the philosophy carefully and keeping always happy in Krishna consciousness. You can take advantage of association of devotee, can be guided progressively by your elderly God brothers and sisters in matter of executing Krishna consciousness without difficulty. The last one I have not clear, Prabhuji. God brothers. Who is God brothers? You are elderly God brothers. Means it's a blood relation brothers or in Krishna consciousness.
So here, a spiritual master, all his disciples, they're all spiritual children.
Okay.
They're like a brother, God brothers and God sisters. So my spiritual master, all the disciples of my spiritual master are going to be my God brothers and God sisters.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, understood.
If someone has got another spiritual master, his God brothers, his God sisters are different. Here, Srila Prabhupada during that time, so he's mentioning, so and be guided progressively by your elder God brothers and sisters. But in the spiritual journey, based on our position, I may be in the Grihastha ashrama or maybe in Brahmacharya. So during that time, whatever all I can do, okay, looking at where I can stretch, and then to progress, then I will ask the God brothers, so what can I do? And then for the action purpose, not only for the information purpose, for the action purpose, how can I stretch myself into progress in the spiritual path? That is very important. Otherwise, just simply hearing and then we do not take any action, we cannot progress. Okay, but that is also based on the family and current living circumstances, work, family, health, and many things. They will always disturb one. It is the tapatrayas. Tapatrayas, Adi Bhautik, Adi Adhyatmik, and then Adi Daivik. Three kinds of miseries always torment a living entity. But one has to still progress. Though there are obstacles, still need to progress. That is how this is Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukka Doshanu Darshanam. There is always a fear in the person. If I do not work, if I do not cook, if I don't look after my children, these are a kind of fears. What happens to them? But one who is progressing still, okay, I will carry out my duty, it doesn't matter. And then still I progress. That is where your door for Moksha Dwaram Apavritam. Moksha Dwaram Apavritam. So door for the spiritual kingdom, it will open at that point of time. Still I will progress. When I have got that kind of endeavor, it will be progress. That is what here guided progressively by your spiritual God brothers and sisters. Thank you so much.
Guruji.
Okay, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add into this letter? Okay, so here Devi Mataji, of course, the initiated name is Devi Dasi. So after the recommendation of Shriman Shri Damadas Adhikari, Prabhupada is initiating that's why Prabhupada is addressing my dear daughter. So Devi Dasi. And then he is appreciating here that she has sent $50 to my book fund. This is also important. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vidihenam asrustanam mantrahenam adakshinam shraddhabhirahitam yajnam tamasam parijakshate. And when we invite the devotees and without feeding a prasada, that is like in the mode of ignorance. So we need to provide some prasada. Vidihinam asrustanam mantrahinam adakshinam. And we take the mantra Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the spiritual master, but we do not give any dakshina, adakshinam. That is also mode of ignorance. Shraddhavirahitam yajnam, and perform the yajnas without the faith. That is also mode of ignorance. So here in this context, Prabhupada is stressing that this kind of offering of some gift to the spiritual master at the time of initiation is the proper duty of a disciple. It's a mode of witness that makes the function complete and is required. Mantrahinam adakshinam. Otherwise, so this is proper way. Proper is meant. Then further in this next paragraph also Prabhupada is mentioning a sincere soul like you has become attracted with this moment of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is very good fortune. Otherwise, it is not possible for everyone to come and engage, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and take prasadam, sing and dance. It is not possible for everyone. Everyone says, Karmatmakam yena sarira bandhaha. Everyone are entangled. I have to work. I need to earn. I need to look after my children, make them study, and then get them good jobs and get them married later on. Always, this is kutumba bharanenava. But who takes the chance and then try to be attracted by Chaitanya's movement? Just with this chant and then eat feast and then sing and be happy. and where you come in contact with the people who does not think about the material conditions. They're always happy with the spiritual positions, Krishna consciousness. Okay, so that is the main thing. The devotees come means you have come across in association with devotees. They discuss only Krishna's topics. Parasparam Twad Gunavadasidu Piyosha Niryapita Deha Dharmaha. Piyosha Niryapita Deha Dharmaha. What is Deha Dharma? It is always get sufferings only. That is Deha Dharma. But when we are when we are sent to the prison or giving a punishment, and then you will given a big what is that a stick and with a thread on it, which is used to hit that person, punishment person. When a person is put up there and then he is punished and hitting him in different ways with different kinds of tools, that is one kind of punishment we would see in this material world. Sometimes we would see, but that is only a window. If we see full-fledged, we are all being punished by the three of such kind of things: the goodness, passion, and ignorance, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, Dukkha Doshan Darshanam, Adi Bhautik, Adi Adhyatmik, Adi Daivik, and one side is Kali, one side is the Maya, and one side is time is applying on the body, and body is getting decayed. So many things. These are all actually the punishments to the soul. That's why Krishna says Dukkhalayam, place of miseries. Everyone are being punished very severely. Very severely. प्रकृतेः कर्माणि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. This material nature is working and making the living entity to suffer in so many things because he has got a tendency to lord it over nature. That's why it is just giving all those things. But person who is in this material world, he thinks that I am enjoying. And then for him, the simple temporary solace is the wife and the children and then getting some money. That is a simple solace. But actually, on that solace, kurvanti kam sukha lesha lavaya dhena lobha vibhota manusu akushalani shashvat. For that simple happiness, he keeps the stake of the human life. So human life, it is very valuable. It is otherwise this eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and enjoying of sexual pleasures of the family. It is available even for the dogs, cats, and everything. But that is ahar nidra bhayumaitinam cha samanyam etad pasupihi naranam. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishosho. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko. That is the only one. Dharma. What is that? सवैपुं संपरो धर्मो यतो भक्तिर अधोक्षजे अहितुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति अहितुकी without motivation, material motivation, apratihata without interruptions, then yayatma suprasidati, then he will be completely suprasidati, properly situated, completely peaceful. So that is available in the Krishna consciousness moment. So please take care of your advancement in Krishna consciousness by following strictly the prescribed methods for reviving your dormant love of Krishna. This love of Krishna is already there. We are simply removing those external things, external coverings, by performing devotional service. Devanam gunalinganam anushrivika karmanam sattva evaikuman suvrittivihi swabhaviki. And then अनिमित्ता भागवती गतिः सिद्धिर्घ्रियसि जरयति आकोशं निगीर्णं मनलो यथा jarayati yakosham nigirnam manalo yata. And then by performing devotional service, this material body, subtle body, both will be digested. And then he will find his original form, Swarupa. Then Swarupa is means full of love, love towards Krishna. That needs to be executed without any offenses. When he says Prabhupada is accepting Devi Mataji as his disciple, and also Prabhupada one round whenever getting initiated, he will chant one round on the beads, and then he will send that beads to the disciple, and then the disciple take that beads and he will chant on the same beads throughout his life, and the same beads. He need to keep that beads always very carefully. I am returning these beads duly chanted herewith to you. So please continue faithfully serve Lord by chanting his holy names 16 rounds daily on the beads, 16 rounds on the beads, going on Sankirtana. So you also go on the street Sankirtana, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and follow the regulative principles. For regulative principle is no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. These are the 4 regulative principles, and avoiding 10 offenses that we have. But most we come across that some of the offenses we blaspheme, we comment on some other devotee somewhere or other. That is one of the offense, because there are knowingly or unknowingly one should not blaspheme other devotees. And also thinking that Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma is also equal to the Lord Vishnu. That is also an offense. Pashandi. These are all coming from Padma Purana, all the 10 offenses. It is not simply given by concoctions. It is from the Puranas. Vyasadeva has given all these things to us. Another offense is disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Spiritual masters are 2 kinds. One is the Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Okay, Diksha Guru who gives initiation, that is Diksha Guru. Giving the name and giving him to chant 16 rounds, follow relative principles, that is Diksha Guru. And Siksha Guru, but Diksha Guru can be only one person. Whereas Siksha Gurus, like there can be many Siksha Gurus. So they will give a day-to-day basis the instructions how to progress in the spiritual life. That is Siksha Guru. And then further is the blasphemy, the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. We have got so many Vedic injunctions, so many Puranas. We should not minimize the importance of other scriptures, other Puranas. Every Purana has got its individual significance. And 18 Puranas for the people in the mode of ignorance, for the people in the mode of passion, for the people in the mode of goodness. Thus, but it will gradually elevate the consciousness of the people. For example, people following one of the Shiva Purana, that is for people in the mode of ignorance. And then little bit advanced, if they are advanced, for example, Brahmavayavata Purana, it is for the people in the mode of passion. On top of that, for the people in the mode of goodness, Srimad Bhagavatam. It is elevate the consciousness of a person, individual persons. But Srimad Bhagavatam is a topmost literature. It is for the Paramahamsas. But whenever we are discussing these Puranas, we must be aligning everything in relation to the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And whatever Lord is speaking, Krishna is speaking. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when we take any supplementary knowledge from other Puranas, it must support the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. It is not that we take some statement from Shiva Purana and then put everything else in and around that one. We do not keep that one. First, we keep something from Krishna. Keep Krishna and his statements in the middle, and then we will put other layers to support that statement further. That is the pradigna. Pradigna, hetuhu, udaharana. There are different reasons. And then upanayanam and nigamanam. When we establish one statement, then we need to support with the statement with the different reasons. What are the reasons to establish this statement is right? And then second one is the reason. Third one is the udaharana, examples. We need to give the historical examples and the facts. Pratigna, hetu, udaharana, upanayanam, and then you describe all these activities which is in supporting to the pratigna, the first statement. And then fifth one is nigamana. Nigamana is showing the evidences from the Shastras and Puranas, likewise. Okay, this is how all Vedic literature in come and support for the individual living entity spiritual progress. So that's why nothing is to blaspheme the Vedic literature in Parishad Vedic version. It is an offense. Okay, they have got their own positions. And the next one is the consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination, because imagination means holy name is not different from Krishna. Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatvad Nama Naminoho. There is no difference between Krishna name and the word Krishna. The sound, all the paraphernalia, everything in relation to Krishna is transcendental. Abhinatvad, no difference. Nama Naminoho. If we think that there is a difference, then it is a offense. Or giving any imagination, that is an offense. And then give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord means that is also something like, oh, Rama, something, Krishna, and then Hari. They give misinterpretations. That is also an offense. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Today I am chanting, so I can make some mistakes because of chanting, then I will be freed from the sinful activities. That is a greater offense as well. It's a greater. So there are some people are like that. This is durachara. Unknowingly, one might have done some mistake, but once he comes to Krishna consciousness, maintain his purity. That is very important. And next one is the chanting of Hare Krishna is one of the auspicious ritualistic activities or offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. In the Vedas, it is deal with only karma kanda, but there are three levels. One is karma kanda, jnana kanda, upasana kanda. In Krishna consciousness, devotees perform upasana kanda because we know what is the essential and the truth, the devotion and Krishna. So we upasana by the following the vidhi bhakti, by following rules and regulations, chanting in such a we absorb ourselves into upasana. Upasana kanda. We are in upasana kanda. And number 9, instruct a faithless person about the glories of holy name. There are different kinds of people. One must be qualified even to hear glories of holy name. We do not go a person who is sinful activity, absorbed in materialist activities and ask him to chant. Then what happens? It would hanker our devotion. It would disturb our devotion. Because people are always working. Karmatmakam yena sarira bandha. Very absorbed in those activities. But if one person, again, whom we should speak about the glories of the holy name, Krishna also, Chaturvida bhajante mam janaha sukritino arjuna. Four kinds of people. Ardho ardhadi jnasu jnani cha bharatarshadha. Ardho ardhadi and also jnani cha. So these are the four kinds of people. Jijnasu, Ardhadi, and people in the distress, or at least they must have performed some austerities and penances towards devotional service. We can preach to them, not to other people. Namam Prapan, this is what is that? Look again, he says that Namam Prapadyante Dushkritino, the four kinds of people. Naradhamas and Maya Purusha Jnana Asuram Bhavamashritah. Four kinds of people, they will never ever approach Krishna. We do not preach to those people about the glories of the holy name. So here, every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. This is then to achieve the Krishna Prema. Okay, so for that purpose, and it is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. While chanting, Prabhupada also describes that Vaikuntam Vyapakam Smaret. there is one statement mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. When one is chanting, he needs to remember the pastimes of the Lord. Janma karma chime divyam. So nana kalpa latakena vaikuntam vyapakam smaret. There, while chanting the mantra, one should always remember the spiritual world, which is very extensive and full of the desires that can yield anything one desires. And below that Vaikuntha region is the potential material energy, which causes the material manifestation. Adaha samyam gunanam cha prakritihi sarvakaranam. This is called Devi Dama, where Durga Devi is in charge of this universe. And beyond this universe, there is a spiritual realm. Where spiritual realm, the Lord is there along with Durga Devi. She is acting as the Maya here in this material world. It is a thankless task that all people are tormented or punished by Durga Devi, because of course she is the mother, but it is a kind of a mm, training to the living entities when they will come back to the pure consciousness. If one is expecting some kind of personal benefits, or if I get some siddhis or something like that, then again it is a trap. It is a trap because they will be stayed back within this material world. But we have to go out of this material world, pierce the coverings of the material world. It is the giving. This is the Haridama. Under that one is the Mahesh Dama, and below that one is Devi Dama. Devi Dama is the universe with the 7 coverings. This is earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, and Mahatattva. And within this world, the 3 deities, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are in charges for goodness, passion, and ignorance. And Durga Devi is the proprietor of Devi Dhama. So she's in the, I think, Manidvipa. Of course, it is not mentioned here for keeping a little bit tied in this picture. There are many things are not mentioned, but here, this is how the universe is covered. The 7 coverings. One has to go out, but it is possible only by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and engaging. One has to approach Vishnu. In order to elevate oneself onto transcendental platform, one has to approach Vishnu only, not other demigods. Kamaistaister prapadyanti anya devataha. Not to other demigods. Krishna condemns to taking shelter of other demigods. But however, other demigods, Narayana Paradeva, Deva, Narayana Angajaha, they are also part and parcel of Narayana. But this is Yajanti Avidhi Purvakam, but they are indirectly worshipping Krishna only. But it is Avidhi Purvakam. Avidhi Purvakam. It is indirect. But one has to taking personal endeavor, directly worship Krishna. That's why Krishna may give some kind of liberation by their personal endeavor somewhere or other, but he does not give devotional service directly to him. He says that Dada, what is that one? Sukadev Goswami describes to Parikshit Maharaj, saying that he will give the moksha liberation very easily, but he does not na bhakti yogam. He does not give devotional service, direct devotional service to him that much easily. That is Krishna consciousness. But some people understand it, some people do not understand it. Okay? But they understand it is good, but they cannot continue. They cannot follow rules and regulations. It is bit, though simple, it is bit challenging for them. Okay, so those are the things here Prabhupada is mentioning. Follow the rules and regulations. Chant every day, 16 rounds on the beach, and then go on Sankirtana. And following regulations and avoiding 10 offenses, working in cooperation to spread this Sankirtana movement. Then study our philosophy carefully, keeping always happy in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so and you can take good advantage of association of devotees. Generally, we go to the temple, that is, and then do something. The that is only service. But however, to acquainted with some kind of knowledge, it happens only in the sanghas, devotees association. There you will get some guidance, and we study here in the sanghas. But temple hardly we get some time, but people will come together and say hello and do something and then they go back. They don't get a chance to study in the temples unless you are staying in the ashrama and then studying under spiritual master. For other peoples, it is not that much easy. For that purpose, we have got satsangas outside. Likewise, Prabhupada is instructing. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of time to explain today. Any other comments? Jai Mataji.
Prabhuji, yes, I have a question about the Bhagavatam verse we just read.
Yes,
The last line, the Madhurya Ras. So you mentioned there are 5 rasas. The topmost is Madhurya Ras. So in Golaka, is that the rasa we mostly would see, that and Vatsalya Ras? And the fact that we are servants of the Lord, I'm surprised that the Dasya Rasa is sort of further out, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, so here that one is also mix of all in the Goloka, everything is mixed. One is there are, if we, for example, how do we take that one in the material world? The Vrindavan, if you go to Vrindavana, there is loving exchanges between Krishna and gopis. And Vashalya Rasa, Krishna has got father and mother, and Sakira, Krishna has got friends. And Dasirasa, there are some servants like to look after the cows or somewhere other, Dasirasa. They are also working all together as a family. And Santarasa, there are some kind of the friends of Nanda Maharaj, like Upananda. Those are all like a Santaras. They know that Krishna's glories, but they're all, it is a mix of all those people in the Vrindavan. Those things happen in the Goloka Vrindavana. But wherever it comes to the Vaikuntha Loka, Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Goddess of Fortune, she serves him. Everyone serves him. There, Lord does not have the father and the mother and the friends there. Only the devotee servants. Lord enjoys in that opulent form as Narayana. Just only Dasiras are there.
Okay, I understand more that in Vaikuntha Loka it's more Dasya Rasa. In Golaka it's a mixture of all.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
There we go, and here it is not possible to have Madhurya Rasa. Of course, Goddess of Fortune, Uchcheshitam Bhagavate iti Amatanga Srihi. So there is also Madhurya between only Goddess of Fortune and the Lord. So Vapish Vidhruma Tatasu Amalamrutapsu Preshan Vita Nijavani Tulasi Bhirisham Abhyachati Swalakamunna Samikchanetram Uchcheshitam Bhagavate iti Amatanga Srihi. Of course, there is a few small things between Lord and Goddess of Fortune. Lord kisses, she will be very beautiful. She looks at her reflection in the waters of pure waters of Vaikuntha, and then she looks beautiful because of kissings of the Lord. Uchcheshitam Bhagavate iti Amatanga Strihi. That is Vaikuntha, but only Goddess of Fortune. Only one rasa here. Lord enjoys. Lord is the supreme. And in Gola Kurundavana, Radharani, and Radharani is the queen, Krishna is the covered boy. And of course, he is supreme personality of Godhead, but he relishes that pastimes, being a covered boy, tending the cows. And Radharani, she is always absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. That is Vrindavan.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, okay, so today evening we have got only the japa session at 6:30 p.m. No evening sessions. And with regards to the projects and fundraise, so last night we have heard about historical foundations and how Prabhuji is bringing about our history, excavating those areas. Okay, so just would like to hear any thoughts on that one project, how we can contribute towards historical. So here may sometimes in our devotees have different thoughts, and we all wanted to serve through our sangha. Of course, there is no blockage if one is trying to contribute independently. But here, as a sangha, going through our sangha, then so we wanted to do something, but we wanted to hear whether how devotees wanted to help that historical foundation. So, any thoughts, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm sorry I left a bit early because I had to tend to something, but I missed the ending. But I just like we discussed previously as well, we are happy to, well, I'm happy to go as part of the Sangha, but I'm happy to support through the Sangha, obviously, whatever is decided by senior devotees. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other comments?
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, as Chairman Mataji said, we would like to go through the Sangha, so I'm happy to contribute some.
And yes, sorry, the only ones that we did separately was before knowing that the Sangha is also planning to do few things. So some of us may have done things separately before, but that was prior to our knowledge that we were going to do this year. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So maybe what I have been thinking, like some devotees, instead of amalgamating the funds or the contributions by the devotees, maybe devotees can choose how they wanted to serve. Okay, so when they're contributing, in the comments of that from Lakshmi Tansa, they can put historical cows and then Narasimha. Okay, and then bury place. They are coming to the same account, like a bury place. Let me just put them here. And then Jagannath. And also got a few comments from the devotees as well. Like we have been contributing to Bhaktivedanta Manar for many years. And then it is so opulent temple, it is his funds. There is so much of competition. And there been the opportunity for everyone. It is let other people also give a chance while we also focus on the wherever it is needed. That is also a valid point. Of course, we are all doing for serving or pleasing only Radha Gokulananda. Okay, and also we are not taking the opportunity for others as well. Other also, instead of competing with others, we give the opportunity. On that perspective, and also Lord is opulent. When he has got anything, Lord knows where to use the devotees Lakshmi to be used, where there is a need. Okay, and the Jagannath, we have got something like the Soweto. I think I don't remember the spelling of it. Soweto is Africa, South Africa one, and also plus this is one thing, Jagannath Ratha Yatra, and then Jagannath again from the Vrindavan Das Prabhuji in the West Bengal. So this is also one of it. So let me put the Jagannath, South Africa, and then Jagannath, let us say, West Bengal. Okay, this is one thing, just putting as a difference so that devotees can choose where they wanted to contribute when they're transferring Lakshmi to the same account through our Sangha, and then we allocate those things. So this one, we have already took the decision to contribute to this Abhisheka. And then there are further things, Historica, cows, Narasimhati, Bari place, and Jagannath. And then there are few things also came. One is the Jew. This is mandatory for our Sangha to keep going on. And then Veda based is also there. We every day we use this one. So some contribution needs to go there as well. Okay, here we have got totally 8 projects. And then Gaurav Purnima, because it has come into our discussion. So what I'm typing here, they should be used as a comments section. For what purpose you are contributing Gauri Purnima and also Vyasa Puja. So it would remove all kinds of it will also establish the individual interest to be contributed through our Sangha to the particular service. Okay, this is Vyasa Puja. And also what else? June 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And also there is a altar in the Manar. Okay, altar. Okay. Just putting them here. Altar Manar. And then what else? And also one is Jagannath. So this Jagannath, there are 3 things. Jagannath Soho temple. They're all going to the same Jagannath only. This is Jagannath, London. Okay, London. Okay, Jagannath, 3 of them for the Jagannath. So totally how many? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hope it is all clear here. Maybe devotees, if you can hear, your interest is already preserved when you are contributing. So we will transfer that Lakshmi towards that service as it is. This is one way. And other way is take or collect all the funds, amalgamate and allocate the funds. There, I think some devotees' interest may be different. So that is what I understand from the devotees. And one devotee mode is different from other devotees' mode. But when we see these comments from the devotees' contributions, it will be very clear where they wanted to contribute. Sometimes all devotees wanted to contribute to historical, let us say, it may take 1200 pounds, something like that. And maybe here God Purnima may be taking 200 pounds like that. 200. 200 pounds, maybe Vyas Puja may be going. I do not know this one. But here, devotees got a chance. Devotees has got a chance and to choose and determine what they wanted to do. Okay, so this is what I have contemplating. And I request now, dear devotees, you kindly share your thoughts on this one. Okay, we got Saurabh Prabhuji joined here. Can I request Saurabh Prabhuji's comments on it? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, and Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. I think, thank you for your thoughts, Prabhu. My first thought would be to meet with Jai Mataji and Sanchita Mataji at a convenient time for everyone, and draw up some kind of plan, whichever charity that is, whether that is for anything for um, Goseva or Jagannath, yesterday's presentation, how we want to approach, and come up with some proposition and take views of the devotees, and then uh, come back with something final, what we are going to do or how we are going to do. So we haven't uh, done in this way before. So my personal thought would be to meet with Jai Mataji in a meeting, as the first meeting, as the initial meeting once, and take things from there. Because I'm conscious that this is also your teaching, and your preaching, such a thing. And then present at and that can be presented to the group in a meeting, and devotees can give their views. And if it goes the way like you were saying, we have to just hear the feedback. But yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. That's Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. And Jai Mataji.
Now, my question is that Prabhuji, you mentioned that we are part of the Manor Sangha, which it's just that I don't see anywhere, because I'm I'm a part of another group, and within that group there is a list of all the sanghas which come under the Manor, and our sangha is not even there.
We should see Uxbridge Gauri Sangha Mataji. Do you not see that one?
No, Prabhuji. I see there are 18 groups altogether under Bhaktivedanta Manor Sangha. I can't see anywhere which says Uxbridge.
Jai Mataji, I think you're right. And I think that's just how probably it's just been right from the beginning since 2017-18. There might be a background to that, because I think there used to be Bhakti Vriksha groups. I don't know what the current position exactly is, but used to be Bhakti Vriksha groups, and the Bhakti Vriksha group was big, and ours was Sangha. Ours never became Bhakti Vriksha group, and there was a reason for that, because we chose to continue with Bhagavad Gita study instead of going into the Bhakti Vriksha study model. So that's a long gone background. But I think you're right. Our Sangha may not be listed.
So we've got
But
like Stevenage, we've got Slough, we got Luton, we got Harrow. Those kind of sanghas are listed.
yeah, I don't know why, Mataji. There is no answer I have for that. It should be, I think, listed. I don't know why it is not listed. And where did you see this list?
So I'm part of the Bhakti Bridges with Dimple and Smithal, and in that group,
Part of the Bhakti, sorry.
Bridges or Bhakti Circle used to be.
Yeah.
And that circle then was taken, brought under Bhaktivedanta Manor Sangha. So now we can see the list of all the sanghas which come under Bhaktivedanta Manor Sanghas. And the Bhakti Bridges or Bhakti Circles is part of that. But I can see the list of other, and it says the group you are in, and then below is the groups you can join. So the groups you can join, there is a big list, but our one is not there. And the reason I'm asking all this is because we are saying that we are part of the manor, and then we should be contributing there as well. But it looks like here we are not. That's my only question. Thank you.
No, we are definitely part of Manor, whether we are listed or not. That's my understanding, obviously, because I, we don't have any different understanding or question about that, because without manner we would have never started this sangha. And that's how it is. Whether our sangha is listed in that or not, it should be listed. Really, from that perspective, you are really correct. But for whatever reason, it is not listed. I don't think anyone's ever bothered about it probably or looked into it. But if so, are you asking the question from the perspective that we are saying we are a manner sangha and we want to contribute to manner?
No,
And your
I
question,
I was just thinking that, I mean, can some of the funds be diverted to other projects who are in need of,
I think
that's all
these
I was
points
asking.
should, yeah. Okay, I now understand why you're asking. So I think these are the questions we need to be talking in the panel. When we do charity in a bigger scale, it is complicated because devotees are donating finances. It's not like it's not like what should I say, one of our own uh, bhakti sessions, like whether it's preaching or japa or anything. There is finance involved coming from various people who may be in the sangha, may not be in the sangha. Um, Sometimes we've gone through the bigger congregation in the temple itself in bigger fundraisers. So it's something we have to plan outside, I think, uh, because otherwise all devotees will get confused if we bring up too many things which we don't have clarity about. So I think that should be discussed in a separate meeting, personally, and present something that is understandable to everyone, and then answer their questions and take ideas. So that is how I would approach it. But I leave the rest to the.
Yes.
But I fully appreciate your question. I think your question is that is something I had come to notice some years ago, but not something that anyways bothered me, because I knew that we were always part of manner. We were and we are. So and we will be. So we are. It was not a question. But the fact is right.
I will send
What
you
you're saying.
I will send you a snapshot of just to you and Prabhuji, so you just get an idea if you want. Thank you.
I know. Is it in the? Yes, you can send it in the Manor website. Is it? Is it?
No, I obviously got it from one of the groups I'm in.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
And also just a couple of, I think,
Amugha Prabhu, if we can arrange a date, sorry, for this meeting, that would be really helpful. I could do maybe
Yeah, I think
Monday.
yourself. Yeah, I think for first initially yourself, Jay Mataji and Sanchita Mata, you three just discuss, and then if we come to a conclusion, then you wanted to make the conclusion on the same day, Prabhuji, or?
No, this will be ongoing project, so it will just evolve, because when you start something new, it will unfold and evolve every time we look into it. So we just listen to feedbacks, any thoughts. Maybe we don't have to bring up charity on every single day's discussion, because clearly you won't be able to offer, you know, time for that, I suppose, for everyone. So maybe once in a month or something, we can give some update on where things are. And these are the things we will agree in that meeting and draw up some plan, and then we will just go systematically, and that will always keep changing, because anything, like any we do, things grow, things evolve, things change, we learn new things, and we move. So yeah, just the initial meeting first and see what we come up with, we'll try and draw up an initial plan, work with it, and then develop from there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is Jai Mataji okay with that? No.
Yes, whatever you decide, and yeah, I don't know, Prabhuji wants to be part of it as well, then
Yeah.
it would be good as well.
Amoka Prabhu, are you joining?
I would let you three first go on, Prabhuji. Maybe I'll come later on when you conclude that one.
Okay.
Oh,
So, if you have a convenient day, Mataji, please let us know. That would be helpful. I can always do any weekday evening, something like maybe 7 o'clock, if that suits. I
Yes,
could do.
yeah.
Maybe, I won't say tomorrow. If we want to do Monday, I could do tomorrow, but I could also do the next Monday, 7 p.m. And just for half an hour, 45 minutes. If we say half an hour.
Yes. Yeah, I'll send some dates and times. Thank you.
Oh.
So,
thank you.
Prabhuji, how you are looking there under the
Bhaktivedanta Temple and krishnatemple.com/groups, and this is our Sangha name.
okay,
There you go. Okay, that's so nice. Okay, very good.
But in the WhatsApp, it's not showing, and mostly people use WhatsApp, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know why it's not showing there. So
Okay.
it's something that may need addressing.
So the area is listed there. At least the area is listed, isn't it? So that is very good. Because we have to understand there are other devotees also, I'm sure, in our space. So, yeah. So the area is listed there. That's a very good thing.
I think there are some East Ham, but we do not see that one. So I don't know. Last time Debashish Prabhuji was just coming with this one. I asked him to include our Sangha name there.
Very nice. Okay.
So they have added there. So here I think Debashish Prabhuji's contact number is linked to this one. If they approach the temple, I wanted to be part of this, then they will give Debashish Prabhuji's number.
Yeah. So there you are. So it is identified and listed. And that's the main website as well, isn't it?
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. So maybe Sanchita Mataji, Saurabh Prabhuji, and Jay Mataji will come up and have a discuss. And then later on you update in the Sangha. Thank you, Mataji. Hope that is okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so coming back to, that's from announcement side. So based on your decisions, then we will start the fundraise. And also where to go to the funds.
I think if you want to announce for the devotees who have already committed yesterday, so for example, myself, I will transfer a monthly amount to your account. So that we know one thing for now, at least, is that we are continuing to use your account as we had spoken about. So we can start transferring already. It's not a problem because it's going to happen.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. And to the which account we wanted to transfer? So
it's your account we spoke about, I think. The one that you use only for charity. So so if you're using that only for charity, then we will I will do my monthly amount for this month, or whatever I can do for, break it up in whatever way. And I think you can pretty much announce now, if you like, that devotees can start doing that, and the meeting will happen.
Perfect. Thank you, Prabhuji. So that part is clear. Maybe we'll start doing that one. And the only thing is, when the devotees contribute, what kind of reference they needed to use. So these are the few things that I can think
Yes.
of.
For now, if they want to just say name, their name, and maybe uh, the date and time. Date will always be there with when you receive it. So I think the main thing is for them to maybe refer something like Uxbridge Sangha or whatever Sangha, uh, 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 and give their identification as a reference. So maybe their first initial and surname or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, the name would be visible when they transfer, but what reference they are going to is Uxbridge, or they wanted to put individual, because the account anyway, whatever the account we use, it is only for the specific to Sangha. I'll just clear up all those things from my account and then use it only for the Sangha. And then when the devotees know whether it is they wanted to do it as a blanket approach, everyone do it and then allocate by as per the Sangha decision, or devotees choose with this reference.
Keep it collective for now, Prabhu.
Okay.
And as we emerge, we will see what works better depending on how much money we receive and which projects we donate to. Keep it, because otherwise it will be more intricate to manage in the beginning. So I think most devotees are probably not, I'm not assuming anything, but I think most devotees are okay with just donating towards the agreed projects, and we will not donate anything that we haven't agreed. So, if we can just start receiving the funds, and then we will put the plan out.
Okay, sure, Prabhuji. Okay, will communicate that one to receive funds. Yeah, just was only contemplating on the reference only. But whether we act according to the devotee's intention or not, that is the only thing I'm contemplating. Just to fully fulfill the desire of a devotee who is contributing. Okay, so but anyway, we'll come back on that one, Prabhuji. So meanwhile, yourself and Jai Mataji, Sanchita Mataji have discussed, and then we hold this part. I'll make this one clear that I'm going to use this account for our Sangha perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so that's from discussion side. We shall move on to the Ramayana. So just as a too simply touch, not to go too deep. So in the Ramayana, in the last session, so Ravanasura has kidnapped Sita Devi. Ravanasura has kidnapped Sita Devi. How he has kidnapped, and there is a lots of struggle for Sita Devi when he was kidnapping. When Ravanasura kidnapped, so he has used the mole's chariot, which is flying, and that was damaged by Jatayu. Later on, Ravanasura with his 10 hands, and then he was keeping Sita Devi in his arms, and then he flied to Lanka. He has flown through, and then during that time, Sita Devi, though in the arms of Ravanasura, so Sita Devi took some ornaments and saw that some of the monkeys on the Rishimukha mountain, and then she has taken some turban, the cloth which is used on the hair as a turban, and then she put some of her jewels somewhere there, and then throw the bunch of jewels and that ornaments and the Rishimukha mountain in front of those monkeys. And later on, Ravanasura got Sita Devi into the Lanka, and then he spoke to his assistants. So now you go to the Dandakaranya forest and observe Rama, Lord Rama, how he is doing. And Lakshmana and Rama now, they might be searching for Sita Devi. So you just carefully look at and watch them and keep updating me. Likewise, Ravanasura arranges some assistants to watch on Rama's movements. And then within the Lanka, Ravanasura, he has got his assistants there, He has got many wives there in the palace. They were also protected by some of the Rakshasas. And then he gave instructions. So now look after Sita, this beautiful lady. So do not hurt her in any way. If anyone is hurting her, then they would see their life ending. And also later on, even without Sita Mata's interest, Ravanasra showed all his golden palace, but Sita Mata is not interested, not looking at all. And he was bragging about his proud power and all those stuff, how great he is. But Sita Devi, he is all rejecting and rejecting. And then I am always devoted to Rama. Without Rama, my life is no use. So likewise, Sita Mata is always saying to Ravanasara. So hearing Sita's stinging words, Ravanasara's body hair stood on end. He spoke threateningly. "O most beautiful lady, hear my warning. If you do not yield to me within 1 year, you shall be killed by my cooks and served to me as my meal." And then he leaves. Okay, so until this point, we have read in the last session. So we shall read. Oh, there is. We are okay. End of it. Okay, we stopped. Okay, we could have completed. Okay, can I request devotees? We got Neeraj Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Would you like to read this section?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. Ravan then stormed away, instructed the Rakshasas to break her pride by fearful threat and alternative with the soft word, tame this lady as one would tame a wild animal. He told them to keep her in his beautiful garden, which were filled with trees laden with the fruits and flowers. They should guard her carefully and continue to inform her of Ravana's power and glory. Yeah. Gradually her mind would change, otherwise she would put to death. Ravana left in anger, his footstep causing the earth to vibrate. Placed in the midst to grow of the trees, Sita fell weeping to the ground. She felt her limbs overpowered and with a grief and could find no peace of mind. Threatened by Rakshasa women who had misshapen faces and deformed figures, she was like a young deer fallen into the clutches of tigresses. With her mind wrapped into the thought of Rama, she fell unconscious, oppressed by fear and sorrow. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji. So now Ravanasara has gone away from that place, and he was very angry as well, and he has instructed the Rakshasas to break her pride by fearful threats, alternated with soft words. Tame this lady as one should tame a wild animal. So this is very interesting how one can fearful threat alternated with soft words, saying that soft words. Oh, my dear Sita, listen to this Ravanasara, otherwise your body may be nicely cooked into the something like that, saying soft words but a fearful threat. Sometimes it is very difficult. It is okay. Mostly in the corporates, it happens. In this world, everyone say appreciate. They appreciate very nicely and make them to work more, to stretch more and more, and then put them into anxiety and mental health. So many things would go. But in the beginning, oh, we are progressing very nice. That is the modern corporate industries. We are progressing nice and appreciating. Thank you so much. You have done very good work. Appreciating, but actually he is going through in the behind so much of mental problems, stress, lots of stress. See, this is the way the modern Ravanasaras. And then hold them to keep her in the beautiful gardens, and which were filled with trees laden with fruits and flowers. They should guard her carefully and continue to inform her of Ravana's power and glory. Gradually her mind would change, otherwise she would be put to death. Ravana left in anger, his footsteps causing the earth to vibrate. Okay, so this is putting in the beautiful gardens, it may change the mood. And also while during that time, if they inform of Ravana's power and glory, she may change. Again, it is seducing in a different way. And then later on, Sita Mata, so in the midst of those groves of trees, she fell weeping to the ground. She felt her limbs overpowered with grief and could find no peace of mind. No peace of mind. This is what is lacking in everyone's heart in the current situation of everyone. No peace of mind because they are not with Rama. They are not with Rama. In the beginning, Rama said that Lakshmana also said, Lakshmana is like our spiritual master. He is the Adi Guru. Lakshmana is Adi Guru. He said, it is a Rakshasa and disguising as a deer. And we know all those things. So do not bewilder us. Oh, and then when Lakshmana was saying, Sita Mata, no, I wanted that one. And then she has forced Rama to go and bring it. Okay, Rama's desire is only to fulfill Sita Mata's desire. That's all. Rama doesn't deal, he doesn't need that deer. And then he went later on also Lakshmana keep on saying, but Sita Mata did not listen. Now what has happened? She was now stolen and kept in a very horrible place. Now she is separated from Rama and there is no peace. Now threatened by Rakshasa women who had misshapen faces and deformed figures, she was like a young deer fallen into the clutches of tigresses. With her mind wrapped in thought of Rama, she fell unconscious, oppressed by fear and sorrow. Okay, that is Sita Mata's position. Now Sita Mata is in the Lanka, midst of grove of trees. She is lamenting. Okay, I stop there and I request the devotees, if you have got any comments or you wanted to ask any questions, you wanted to anything on this one, and on the Ramayana side, kindly ask questions and kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, no questions, then just what a little bit of glimpse of it. Next one is the Ramas. So we take only one paragraph for each devotee so that we all shared a little bit of Ramayana. Can I request Asha Mataji to read the first paragraph, Mataji?
Rama's terrible discovery. Rama raced toward his hermitage. He was filled with foreboding. Foreboding. As he crashed through the bushes, he heard a jackal's fierce yell behind him. Recognizing the evil omen, he became even more anxious. Had Sita been devoured by Rakshasas, Lakshman must have left her when he heard Marisa's cry. She would have insisted upon it. The Rakshasas had plotted successfully. Surely they had now taken Sita.
Thank you, Mataji.
Only one paragraph?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Jai Mataji, next paragraph, please.
Yes, thank you. Rama saw other frightening omens and his mind became even more distressed. As he rushed through the forest, he suddenly saw Lakshman coming toward him. Ram ran to him and took hold of his hand. He spoke sternly, "My dear brother, what have you done? Why have you abandoned the helpless Sita? Without doubt, she is now dead or stolen by the Rakshasas." Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please. Next paragraph.
Hare Krishna. Rama pointed out to Lakshman the various omens. He told him about Maricha's trickery. It was now obvious the Rakshasas had arranged everything so they could abduct Sita. Tears flowed from Rama's eyes as he threw as he thought of his wife. If she were killed, he would give up his own life. Desperately, he asked Lakshman, "Did you fail to protect her? Where is that gentle lady who willingly gave up every happiness to follow me here? Where is Sita now? You should know that I cannot live without her for even a moment." Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Garinge Mataji, would you like to read next, Mataji? Hare Krishna, Garinge Mataji. Okay, if Mataji is not there, okay, I shall read and then stop. Okay, feeling dispirited, Lakshman replied, I did not leave Sita willingly. Urged by her strong and painful words, I came looking for you. She would by no means allow me to stay with her. Forgive me, my lord. Lakshman explained everything to Rama, how he had tried hard to convince Sita of Rama's invincibility, how she had accused him of having ulterior motives. But Rama only became angry and reprimanded him. Why had he taken Sita's words seriously when she was overwhelmed by sentiment? Why had he allowed himself to fall prey to anger? He had failed to carry out Rama's order. Now they would surely meet calamity. Rama turned and continued to run toward his hermitage, his mind fixed on Sita. Okay, so this is okay. I stop there. We shall simply reflect what is happening here. So Rama, he raced towards his hermitage. He was filled with foreboding, and then he understands now Maricha has already tricked. Okay, and then he had plotted successfully. Surely they had now taken Sita. Rama is contemplating on that one. And next he is seeing the omens, frightening omens that jackal is what is that one? Jackal is crying. And his mind became even more distressed as he rushed to the forest. He saw Lakshman coming toward him. Okay, so this is it makes him again second level of more anxiety. Rama ran to him and took hold of his hand. He spoke sternly, "My dear brother, what have you done?" So Rama immediately understand those things. Why have you abandoned the helpless Sita? So sometimes when the disciples make mistakes, so spiritual master be very compassionately give those instructions to disciple and tolerate spiritual master to tolerate. Without a doubt, now she is now dead or stolen by the Rakshasas. And if you are not guided by the spiritual master in this life, what happens? We will be attracted by the material entanglement, thinking that they will give pleasure. And then once we go there, immediately a little bit of sense gratification that pleasure comes, and later on it will stuck up, bind us, and then put us into miseries. Though we are trying to do whatever all we can, but we are going through different agonies. So that is the material nature torture meant to the living entity. We have to take instructions from the spiritual master, Adi Guru. It's the Balaram or Lakshman. And Rama, the supreme personality of God, had to be approached through the spiritual master. Spiritual master always at the service of the Lord. Like Lakshmana, he is always at the service of the Lord. If Lord is coming, he goes in the front and then clears the path and always engage. Whatever Lord wanted to do something, and then he will arrange everything. This is spiritual master does. And here further, Ram also pointed out Lakshman that about various women. Women are very important in our day-to-day life. Who has got that knowledge of the omens, identifying the omens? They can predict what is going to come in near future. And also he is mentioning it is now obvious that Rakshasa had arranged everything so they could abduct Sita. Rama is now crying. Tears flowed from Rama's eyes as he thought of his wife. If she were killed, he would give up his own life. This is the mood of Ramchandra. And he desperately asking, did you fail to protect her? And where is that gentle lady who willingly gave up every happiness to follow me here? Where is Sita? So now Rama is anxiety for Sita. And now this is very important about what it means to our life. Lakshman is saying, I did not leave Sita willingly. Urged by her strong and painful words, I came looking for you. She would by no means allow me to stay with her. Forgive me, my lord. And we know that Sita Mata used very harsh words towards Lakshman and then rebuking him. So, but Lakshman, but he is trying to explain to Sita Mata, but she could not tolerate Lakshman to be there with her because she is one side emotionally struck by the sound that Maricha has made, calling Sita Lakshmana like that. He tricked the Ram. He imitated the Rama's voice, but here Sita Mata, because of her sentiments and affection for Ramchandra, she is asking Lakshmana to go and look, search for Rama. But Lakshmana is telling Rama is invincible. Do not worry. But Sita Mata used different words. So, but Lakshmana could not tolerate. And then she does not tolerate Lakshmana's presence. So Lakshmana had to leave that hermitage towards to find Ramchandra. And then whenever he says those things, and then Ramchandra is saying, Rama became more angry now. Rama only became angry and reprimanded him. Why had he taken Sita's words seriously when she was overwhelmed by sentiment? This is very, very important for us, especially for the men. Especially for the men. Women use different words based on the sentiment. Women's thoughts and actions, they're all based on attachments and emotions. But the proportion of intelligence is less, and proportion of emotion is more in the women. And men should not take those words of women, even though they are doing many things. Men has to simply tolerate. Do not take any actions based on the woman's mood. That will be, woman will be again, she may be saying something on one day or maybe a few minutes, and after that, she will be back again to normal. But men has to tolerate to those words of emotions. So one should not take any words that women or wives or daughters or mothers are saying. One should not take serious. I mean, serious in the sense doing some kind of action against the dharma. Such kind of action should not take place, but simply tolerate. Man has to tolerate. And see further, why had he allowed himself to fall prey to anger? Because now Lakshmana's instruction, he got instructions from Rama is that he need to protect Sita Devi. That is the only instruction Lakshmana received. And now Lakshmana also came. That means he did not follow the Rama's instruction. What Rama says? Dharmam sakshat bhagat pranitam. Whatever the Lord says, that is dharma to be followed. Whatever Krishna says, that is dharma. And whatever Krishna says, it is in the Bhagavad Gita to be followed. And if he is neglecting those things, then what happens? He is not following dharma. So that is falling prey to anger or different kinds of emotions. So he had failed to carry out Rama's order. Now they would surely meet calamity. They would surely meet calamity. So here in this, and Rama turned and continued to run towards hermitage, and his mind fixed on Sita. So in this one, Krishna also says one of the statement to Arjuna in the 18th chapter. Uh, There are around 52, something like that. My dear Arjuna, so he says that I think Nakshanti, I think he's used Nakshanti, Vinasyati. Sorry, not that. So here, Machittaha Sarvadurghani Mat Prasad Tarishyasi Atachetum Ahankaran Nasroshasi Vinankshasi. Nasroshasi Vinakshasi. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. So now, just I wanted to make Nasroshasi Vinakshasi. If you do not take Nasroshasi, if you do not hear Vinakshasi, you will be lost. Now coming back here. That is Krishna's and Rama's. Here he says, why had he allowed himself fall prey to the anger? He has failed to carry out Rama's order. Now, because of that, they are meeting calamity. Now they surely meet calamity. And Rama turned and continued to run toward his hermitage, his mind fixed on Sita. It comes followed by lots of lamentation of Rama further. Here Ramayana means the movements of Ramachandra. Ayanam, Rama plus Ayanam, Ramayanam. Ayanam means the movement. Dakshinayanam, Uttarayanam. Movements of the sun. It moves towards the northern direction. It is Uttarayanam. It moves towards the southern direction. Dakshinayanam. So Rama moves at every moment. It is Ramayanam. Based on the situation and circumstance. It is Ramayanam. So here Rama is always this is dharma. He is personified dharma. So his actions are very important. So he will live by example on it. Okay, that is what we learn. And then he is giving those instructions to Lakshmana here. So here, one point here, why had he taken Sita words seriously when she was overwhelmed by sentiment? And sometimes we also hear our mind. Mind wants so many things. We do not give all things that mind needed. We need to control the mind. It is the place for yat sankalp vikalpabhyam vartate kama sambhavaha. It is the place for the kama. Which, if we hear mind, then it will put into the miseries. But if we control the mind and then engage mind in the devotional service to Krishna, it is in the proper protected state. Okay, so that is how Rama is now at the moment. He is searching for Sita. His mind fixed on Sita. Okay, I stop there and I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything until this point, kindly ask questions and kindly share. Hare Krishna, Neeraj Prabhuji, wanted to share anything?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Babuji. I mean, it's really, I mean, we watch many a time Ramayana, but we never think of each and everything that, yeah, it's really good learning for us. So the point that, yeah, what quote says we need to follow, even the emotions, as you mentioned, that we should not be that. That's the good learning for that. That's what. And then first time I understand that what Ramayana means, Ram's movement. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, really think that's my side. No question.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, nice reflections. For any other questions? Jai Mataji.
Oh, sorry. I'm moving from one room to the other. No, Prabhuji, everything you explained so nicely, and just like Neeraj Prabhuji said as well, the meaning of Ramayana. But one thing I was surprised about was about the omens. Because I personally don't believe in any omens, because then you just tend to worry and then you look out for things. And for example, a black cat. We have always been brought up like that. Oh, a black cat goes in front of you, then it's a bad omen. But we've been taught to respect all animals, all living entities. So even if a black cat comes in front of us, then I don't think why it should be an omen, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Mataji. So those omens, they're very, very important as well. People who are in the karma kanda, it is important to take it because they're trying to enjoy the material life. These are the symptoms when a person coming with a full pot of water and a very nice dress, a mother with children and all the ornaments coming. It is so auspicious to go when if some person is going on a travel, if he sees such kind of woman is coming, it is all auspicious. It is sentiments. And if a black cat comes or any widow woman comes, again immediately a person will go inside and then drink some water and sit for some more time and then wait for good time to move. These are the sentiments for the karmic. These are all omens. And if we see the cow and calf, auspicious. A jackal, it is inauspicious. Black cat. So these are all some omens we used in the society. But it's indications what is going to come. But a person in Krishna consciousness, he is above all those things. But who is Krishna conscious? Who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following rules and regulations? He will overcome, this is Upasana Kanda, he will overcome all kinds of material obstacles. No more of these things. He simply carry out duty. Either he likes or he doesn't like. He simply carry out as a matter because he keeps only Krishna. Then omens does not work on those devotees. Of course, they come, but they do not affect his life. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananyasyantayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. Tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So Krishna looks after those devotees. He will make sure everything to go smoothly. But for the materialistic people, these omens actually work. That is how they will be progressing because two margas. One is the pravritti marga, another one is the nivritti marga. In the pravritti marga, um, based on the purusha subhav vihitan yatha varnam yatashramam vairagyarag upadibhyam amnatu ubhayalakshanan. Based on the nature of a man, purusha subhav vihitan yatha varnam yatashramam. This varnashrama dharma has been divided into 4 ashramas and 4 varnas. Vairagyarag upadibhyam amnatu ubhayalakshanan. One is the um, vairagya and another one is the raga. Vairagya, raga. Raga upadibhyam. Raga is pravritti marga. Nivritti marga, pravritti marga. In the pravritti marga, one keeps enjoying and he wanted to get renunciation after enjoyment. But that is not satiated at any point of time. It is keep on sense gratification. There he does not get satiated. That's how he entangles. Whereas in the Nivritti Marga, he is now taking out unnecessary things from his life. Unnecessary things. Whatever is needed, simply he accept. Only the needful things he accept. And then to carry out. And then, but keeping his mind fixed on Krishna, he lives that life. That is the Nivritti Marga. Savai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudevanukampaya Bhagavad Yogena Tiradatti Seniriha. By the devotional service to the Lord. And then Tirodhatte, he enough is enough. Wherever I go, if I think that I am getting a doctor job, there is a misery. Getting engineering job, there is a misery. I am a business analyst, misery. I am a software engineer, misery. I am a doctor or a nurse, misery. I do not see any happiness there. But it is also, if I think that it is a happiness, it is also temporary. It is also not permanent. So that paths are not giving happiness. And then we return back to the home. This is called Dautatma. Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Pada Moolam Namunchati Mukta Saruparikleshaha Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. Dautatma is surrendered soul unto the Lord. He is purified. Dautatma Purushaha Krishna Pada Moolam Namunchati. He will never ever leave lotus feet of Krishna. Now enough is enough. Whatever the way I am trying to go, I will see only the bitter experiences. And then Mukta Saruparikleshaha. And now he has having all the bad experiences, he come back after leaving, like a traveler comes to home after so much of struggle outside. Pantaha. Pantaha is means traveler. Mukta Saruparikleshaha Pantaha Swasaranam Yata, come back to home. In such a way, back to home, back to Godhead. Swasaranam, that is Krishna Padamolam, lotus feet of Krishna. That is where he will be happy. Otherwise, he would not find any happy in this material world. So that's why omens, it is for the materialistic people, not for a devotee. Devotee is in the Upasana Kanda. Is a transcendental.
Yes, thank you. Because my way of thinking was that, say for instance something goes wrong in a day, and then I start thinking, oh well, that's because I saw a black cat or I saw a widow and all that. I would be blaming that person, and I don't want to do all that. So I don't. But it's nice you explain that. It's only for materialistic people, and hopefully shouldn't apply to us. Yeah, thank you.
A person who is chanting, following rules and regulations, following the Shastra, those things does not affect them.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Neeraj Prabhuji has sent some messages. When Lord Rama expressed anger toward Lakshmana, what was the deeper purpose of this? Was it to teach responsibility, dharma, or something else? Okay, the first thing, dharmam sakrat bhagat pranitam. Whatever the Lord says, that is dharma. Here, Lakshmana always follows Rama's instructions. Rama appointed Lakshmana to guard Sita Devi at the hermitage, so that Rama can go and find the deer. If it is alive, he'll bring it back. If it doesn't, at least he will kill it and bring the skin of the deer. And then he leaves the hermitage. So Lakshmana is to follow the duty. So here the word we need to use duty. We hardly use responsibility because responsibility is individual. And wordings we use in the Krishna consciousness. This is duty. Duty is the most commonly used word, and it is aligned with all of our teachings. That is called dharma. Responsibility means I am responsible for one person. Whatever he does nonsense and good, I will be responsible for that one. That is not the one. But here duty means dharma. Based on the constitutional position of a person, he has to carry out his work. That is the duty, dharma. So now, dharma is spoken by the Lord's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. And also, this dharma comes in our day-to-day life from the father, from the husband, from the spiritual master. So here, Lord Ramchandra is, and also in the absence of the father, elder brother is going to be the equivalent father. So in that condition, and also Lakshman always serves Rama only. It is the Lakshmana's duty is to protect Rama, carry out the Rama's instructions and protect Sita Devi, because he missed that point. That's why Rama is trying to tell him, why did you fall prey to the anger? Okay, that is one point. And then next question, if everyone is Sita, Rama, Lakshman in this episode is acting under the Lord's divine plan, what is the correct way for devotee to learn from the apparent mistakes without committing offense? So here, everything is going on the Lord's plan only. So when Lord Ramchandra spoke to Kaikeyi, when Kaikeyi approached Ramchandra saying that, I know your identity, O Rama. Kaikeyi approached and asking forgiveness about her mistakes. Then Rama said, O Kaikeyi, do not worry about whatever has happened. It is my divine plan. And then I am the supreme personality of Godhead. Everything is under my direction. Rama spoke to Kaikeyi before all these incidents happens. So Rama knows everything. Here, Rama is acting as a matter of duty. So, what everyone should learn here? What is the correct way? So, it is for the devotees to learn from the apparent mistakes without committing offense. What is the correct way? Means, as a father, as a husband, carry out the duty what is allocated to ourselves. What is our duty? It is not simply taking the children, feeding some kind of pizzas, burgers, and taking them to the picnic and taking to the pubs or restaurants or some other. That is not the duty. But one has to work and feed the family, work dutifully, go to the offices or whatever the allocated with dharma, vritti dharma, and get the livelihood so that at home a wife will take that livelihood and then maintain the family. It is the responsibility of the mother to feed the children, to cook the nice meal, and then in a mode of goodness so that everything will be harmonious without using the onions, garlics, which is pungent foods, which will agitate the consciousness, and then raise the good consciousness in the children. That will, because when the children are nicely protected with good consciousness or Krishna consciousness, they will become our friends. Otherwise, if we give all the things what children need, because children are always foolish, Prabhupada says, they are always foolish. They wanted so many things which are not good. It may be pleasing, but not, it may be Priya, not Shreya. Shreya means well being in the long term. They wanted Priya, immediate pleasure. If we give immediate pleasure, what happens? Then immediately they will be used for that one, even it is not right, used for that one. But in the home, we need to teach the children, give Krishna consciousness. That is very important. And then later on, later life, their lives will be molded in such a way they will work in alignment with the father and mother. That is the best thing that parents can give. It is most important than their school education. Otherwise, school education will help only to get livelihood. Even cats and dogs also get their livelihood without going to the schools. But if that point is missed, children go in their own way, and then they do not listen to the parents. They will earn money like everyone else, and they also do. I am also doing. You also did the same thing. They will say, "Why should I listen to you?" That is not the thing parents wanted. And later, and parents says, "I am your father. I am your mother. You need to listen to me. If you don't listen, I will hit you. I will scold you. I will punish you." That is hypocrisy. You did not follow. You did not give the right instructions to children in the beginning itself. Because you have not chanted, you have not become Krishna conscious. How can you give good thing to your child? That is not possible. The best thing what we can do, follow Krishna consciousness, follow rules and regulations by yourself, by practical example. You do not have to tell your children. They will, by looking the parents, they will learn everything by example. When the parents are following the tolerance, how to tolerate, controlling the senses, keeping their words very soft, without arguments, and reading the scriptures, following the instructions of the spiritual master. When they kept themselves by their example, children will automatically learn We do not have to tell them separately.
No, I agree, Babuji, but if we already miss the bus, then we are not able to do
There
that.
is
So how
another
to
bus.
correct that?
There is another
I mean,
bus comes.
okay, well,
It's not
yeah,
only the bus, it's a train, continuous train.
okay.
But as soon as now I have got an opportunity, at least
Uh-huh.
I have missed the first compartment. There is the next compartment. This moment, first minute is passed, that is fine. Now I have
Mm-hmm.
got this minute, this day. I can practically do it, following rules and regulations. I can follow. But again, whether I am ready to take this one or not, that choice is with us.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Nothing is late. But willingly, if we delay it, then it is our mistake. We have missed it. But if we just climb the bus, then we will make myself and everyone who are dependents, they're also in the same train. We can do all those things within that train. It's a happy journey. And instead of outside, sitting on the outside and then just doing, and then we have not reached the destination, but still there are arguments and fightings and discussions. They're all outside. They have not reached the destination. Do the same thing. Climb the tree, climbing onto the train, do the everything there. Come into the Krishna conscious, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, follow rules and regulations, do your activities in Krishna consciousness. It is a soft journey. You would see you will reach the destination. Though you are engaged in your day-to-day activities and chanting everything, sure to that you will be reaching destination back to Godhead. That is assured. That Krishna gives here. Machittaha sarvadurghani mat prasadat tarishyasi. You will cross all kinds of obstacles. The train will go, there nothing will stop the train. Bus may be having something obstacles in the traffic, but train, it will go on softly as much as possible. But definitely it will reach the destination. It's a Krishna's train, transcendental train. Time does not wait for someone as long as we have got human body. And then once we lost the human body, there is no train for cat body, dog body like that. Again, they have to wait. We do not know what consciousness we are in. Okay? We must be Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna. Any other comments?
Very good. Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other sharings? If there are no questions or no sharings, then Usha Mataji.
No, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Neeraj Prabhu asked so nice a question and then you explained very well. So, yes, and as we said, miss the bus, but yeah, we keep trying to be the Krishna conscious. And yes, the Ramayana is so beautiful, Prabhu. We learn about that, how that Sita Mata, the Ram was saying that he can't live without Sita. And then over there, the Sita Mata said, I can't live a moment without Ram. So, yeah, there is something, Prabhu. So nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. So one statement Lakshman also mentions about the Sita Mata's sentimentality. Oh, how fortunate it is women are always go through sentimentality. But again, Rama is saying, even though their sentimentality, and then why have why you have taken Sita was seriously again? It was again very challenging position for Lakshmana there between Sita Devi's words and then other side Rama's instructions. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. So that is from Ramayana. We shall conclude and continue with Part2-Ch10. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।
Thank you,
हरे
Prabhu.
कृष्ण कांक्षित एवरीवन।
जय हरि बोल हरि बोल।
Hari Bol. We can say Hari Bol to Prabhu. Hari Bol.
Rebo,
हरि
Hari Bol.
बोल
Rebo,
हरि बोल
Rebo.
हरि
Thank you so
Hari Bol to all the devotees. Thank you for accompanying in this journey. It is a very beautiful journey with the devotees.